Hey, what's up, guys? It's Anime Talk back here with Izzy, and
So,
we're on episode, I believe, 63 for My Hero Academia, right?
sure.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, and this looks like this is the last episode
Yeah,
until season 4. And what a good episode. It was a good psych, a good like cliffhangers and stuff like that. You know,
totally.
I'll beat your ass. Contribute to the conversation.
Okay,
Alright.
contribution.
Contribution? my,
Contribution.
we had one time, what's it called? We had a teacher in my old school, and actually we're used to these live announcements on video.
Yeah.
And one of the guys, I think he said contribute, and then the teacher told us to stop the whole thing and redo the live announcement, and then he's like, that's not how you say contribute. It's supposed to be, I think, how you said it. How do you say
Contribution.
contribution? He said that's how you say it. Like, it's like a same way. I
don't
never heard the
know.
difference. No, like, I mean, it's the same meaning though.
No, contribution's a word.
I don't know, is it?
I feel
But
like
I don't know
there's
if it's.
another
I don't
word
think
for
it's. I don't
contribute.
think it's contribution. But I remember there was this one time he was like, he says contribute or contribution.
Contribute.
So he said it in a weird way, which is still sounded the same, and he canceled the whole episode, and we had to do it again with
That's
only
dumb.
5. Yes, and that was the dumbest
that
thing.
one teacher, right?
That one teacher,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know.
Until this
He's
day,
talking about.
we talk about it and we bring it up all the time of how much of a douchebag
We'll call
move.
him Mr. Douche.
Mr. Douche, and it was just so stupid. Anyway, we thought
Yeah.
that was like a full minute of me talking
Yeah.
about our live stream.
Yeah.
Let's talk about My Hero Academia.
So we last ended off with the big three.
Mhm.
The girl and the two guys,
Mhm.
and that one guy that's like creepy-ish. Like
Yeah.
not that creepy, but like he's kind of weird, and he has like that like I don't know how to like a baby face.
He has like a weird animation face. Like I have all the people to have it. Like he has like that toy face. I think.
Yeah, toy face.
Yeah.
And that Mr. Aizawa brought them in, and then he's like, "Oh, this will be your work studies guide or like."
No, I think they were. I
practice.
think not that their practice, but to show who went through the work study, because of the top 3, and they're showing like what they did and what are they doing right now. Because of the top 3, of course, they're going to be like working with pro heroes.
Yeah, and they were introducing themselves. So first it was that one quiet guy that looked like really mean.
Yeah. And he imagined everyone as potatoes, but he couldn't talk.
So like he stared at them, and then everybody was like freaking out, like, oh my god, he has such a like scary like stare. Like,
Yeah.
they're freaking.
He's so
out.
intense. It's like you know that moment in My Hero Academia where Midoriya and forgot like 2 of the other names, but Fire Guy and then the Speed Guy,
Todoroki.
Todoroki and Ida, and they were fighting that guy, the masked man, that guy with the swords. And then I remember when that masked man like he was talking or something, and he had that
Yeah.
intense thing, and everyone got
Yeah.
scared.
That-
Yeah, it
that's
was
how
like
it
that.
was, like-
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was exactly like that.
And then he like looked back down or turned around away, and he was like, I can't do it. They all look like potatoes to me. Like I can do it. So I don't really understand that.
He's obviously he's shy and he's nervous and stuff like that. He just wants to give up on life. And then we get to the girl who's hyperactive and she wants to know everything about everyone. A little too much because she asked some personal questions.
She kept on asking questions to the students, like, hey, how do you do this? Oh, do you do that? Like
Yeah.
and it was like personal questions. You know, it wasn't like, oh my god, how does your quirk work?
Or no, he's asked going to Torioki and he was like, why is your face burned?
Yeah.
Like, what the heck?
He was like, it's none of your business.
Too personal, I guess. Don't ask.
Yeah, and then like Aizawa was like kind of like what are you guys doing?
He's like, I didn't bring you guys to be here to act stupid, you
Yeah.
know? Like, come on, teach these guys how you guys are the top 3, you know, students in this academy. And then we go to the blonde guy that has a toy face. He's like, okay, I got this. And then he said something stupid.
Yeah,
like,
but wait, what did he say? He said,
I'm trying to remember.
tomorrow's gonna be awful.
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow's life is gonna be nobody answered.
Yeah, because he was doing that.
Awful.
Yeah, he was doing that thing with like any crowd, you know, where you
Like,
say one word and they would know the rest of the sentence.
That's how
or the
he
word.
did it, but
Yeah.
they did it like
They didn't know
and then he
because
was.
who is this guy? What is he saying? What is this catchphrase he's trying to go with?
And like to top that, he's like awful. Like what? Such motivation. Thank you.
and from there we're like, okay, these guys are a bunch of clowns.
Yeah.
But then it got to a point where it's like they're talking about their seriousness, like they're talking about what they do and stuff. And I'll just skip a little bit ahead. This is when they start going to when he's like, I want you all to fight me. Yeah. And so they went to like the gym, I guess, and then he's like, fight me, and everyone's like, what the hell? We fought pro heroes before. We did this before. So
like
what?
they were confident.
They're
like,
very
we're
confident.
Pretty sure that we can beat you.
It's not even about
after,
beating,
like,
but just withstanding, because they didn't beat the pro heroes. It was more of withstanding. But you know what? I just remembered when they were doing that exam with the pro heroes where they were fighting them. The pro heroes were on what's it called? What they call it? I forgot what they call it. Okay, they were like on.
They held back their.
They're
power.
held back. Yeah, there was like
Yeah,
some certain things
that
they couldn't do.
Go full out. They were just like using a small amount of their.
Trying to remember that word. There was a word for it, but anyway. Yeah, so like that's why if they probably got so cocky, it's like they don't get this guy. He's not under anything like hold back. He's not holding back. He's literally gonna use all of his power, which he did.
Yeah, and then that one guy, the quiet guy, one of the big three, he was like facing the wall. Like,
yeah, he wasn't looking.
Time.
He wasn't looking at the students.
Yeah, and then he kept on like commenting, like, "Oh, these fools! They think they can beat him." Like, and he was actually worrying about the blonde hair guy. I forgot. I can't. What were their names?
I don't know their names. I just call, they're very easy. Like you just say blonde hair girl.
Yeah, blonde haired guy, and then he was like, oh, I'm scared that he's gonna put them in the hospital like he did last time.
And then the kids were the students were like, dude, is this guy just psyching us up or something? You're like, no, it's true. Like he was gonna destroy these guys, and then
so they started and. Deku went first.
Deku was like being ballsy. He was like, I got this, guys.
Yeah, first it was that hardening quirk guy. He's like, oh, I got this, I'll go. And then Deku's like, no, I'll go.
Yeah.
Come on, bro, you're like ruining my moment.
Yeah, and Deku, it's showing Deku, man, he's just like more, he's taking that role of the main character.
He's like trying to be better. He's like so motivated to get better, and that's why he's like, oh, this is a good opportunity. Like this guy he has like he's powerful, you know.
Yeah, and the thing is, like this whole time though, it's Midoriya is like in that
analyzing him.
Yeah, and he's analyzing him, but remember also Midoriya was on suspension for 3 days. And we still have Bakugo, which I'm still wondering how he would have dealt with that situation. Like, how would he have
went like, oh my god, I can beat this guy.
I don't know. Do you think he could probably?
No, I bet he'd like go like straight in to the fight.
You know what? I would love to see that, man. I wish that Bakugo versus the blonde hero, one of the top 3 heroes.
He'll get so angry.
Top 3 was
Bakugo would get like so impatient and angry, cause like all he wants to do is like land hits on the person. Yeah. But they couldn't do that. When Deku went, like he phased through, like he went through him.
Yeah, so it turns out the power the blonde guy has, the one with the toy face, premature. Whatever the power is permanation. Whatever the power is, it's like if you ever watch Naruto. I'm not going to spoil it, but if you know who the character Toby is. Toby is the one that's like with the Akatsuki or whatever. He's able to do that same power. He's like to go through stuff.
He can go through things.
Yeah.
And he can like phase through other people. So like he can go through other people.
Yeah. And the thing is, his power has a lot of disability, like not disability, disadvantages.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's like continue with the fight. So Deku was like, "Oh my god, like what am I gonna do now?" Because like he can't land any hits.
Well, at this point, honestly, we could just go from to the end. Because what he did, all he did was kick everyone's ass.
What he did was punch everybody in the stomach, and then he was like, "I beat you guys."
Oh, and he was naked when he was doing it.
Oh, right. Because he everything passes through him. So even his clothes, even the floor, he can go past through the floor. And the thing with his quirk, they mentioned how like, oh my god, he's so powerful in the end. Like, oh my god, you're great. Like, that's such a powerful, amazing quirk. And then he's like, no, I just made it like that. because there's so many advantages with the quirk.
It hurts him a lot. Like he can't breathe.
He can't even feel anything. He's numb when he's under the quirk. So once he like activates it, he goes through whatever, and then he can't see, he can't hear, he can't touch, feel anything.
And he needs to focus like on what he's doing, because otherwise he'll mess up.
He doesn't see anything, and that's crazy because nothing. It's like nothingness. It's like going into a black hole for him.
Mm-hmm.
And like he mastered the quirk, and then he made it so that he can focus while he's like under the quirk, and that's crazy.
Yeah, and it's just that was basically the lesson, is that they should take from his ways of improving your quirk, because it's showing.
That's big for Deku, especially Midoriya.
Yeah,
that's crazy because like his quirk, he's like sort of similar, you know.
Yeah, he has the strongest power, but he can't control it.
Yeah,
which is the power has the disadvantages too, because look what happened to his arms. Like they literally broke off.
And it shows like even the guy with the blonde hair, he had a lot of scars on his arm. If you notice.
Yeah.
And then
Deku has crazier scars though.
Yeah. Midoriya, he's like the same, and like it showed how like no matter like how bad, like how unmotivated you feel, you can like surpass whatever it is.
And another thing is why they're also the same is because remember what's it called? Deku. I lost my point. I just remember.
Wow. Yeah, I get it. I always do that.
yeah. But continue about the quirk.
Yeah. So his quirk is crazy, and that's what the guy that faced the wall the whole time. That's what he mentioned. Like they all focus on his quirk, but it's mostly his skill.
Yeah, and I remember what I was gonna say.
Yeah, say it, whatever. Say whatever.
So I was gonna say the reason why they're both the same is because remember when Midoriya was about to kick him, he predicted his move.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's like what the point was in the lesson too, is that the blonde-haired guy is able to predict everyone's move.
Yeah, he's the ultimate surprise.
Yeah, that's how his quirk works. Is that he'll only beat his enemy because of the surprise element. Like he'll come out of nowhere. Right?
Yeah.
And when Deku did that,
encountered that.
Yeah.
He wasn't surprised because he analyzed his everything he was doing. He analyzed how his movements, and he knew right when he activated his quirk that he was going under, meaning he was gonna come up behind him. Mm-hmm. So he turned so quickly, and then the blonde haired guy, he noticed it, and he was like, oh my god, he's not surprised. What's happening? Oh my god.
So he predicted my move. Yeah. And at that point, everyone was defeated. You know, everyone's knocked out, and he said the whole lesson we just told you, about his weaknesses for the quirk, what the quirk was.
All you have to do is work.
Work hard and stuff. He was talking about how in the way it works is that you have to get experience. That's why I wanted to punch you guys in the stomach, so you'll get experience. And from there, we just go back. They all go back to the class.
Yeah, and then those three, the big three, they were walking in the hallway.
And they were just talking.
Yeah, and then the purple haired girl mentioned that was crazy, but did anybody surprise you? Did something happen? Just tell me. Because that girl's
and he was thinking about Deku, I'm pretty sure. Huh? He was thinking about Deku.
Yeah, no, he did. He mentioned there was, it was the troublemaker.
Troublemaker, yeah.
The troublemaker did surprise me because he wasn't surprised by my attack.
Mm-hmm. And from there, it transitions to the League of Villains.
Right.
Yeah, and this is where we were talking about last week about the birds, these these beak villains.
These villains with masks, and they're hawk shaped.
Yeah.
Hawk beak.
Does it transition to the villains, or does it transition to Deku? I forgot. No, I think the villains then Deku, right? Okay, let's just talk about the villains part. Yeah.
Okay, so it's twice, and that one of the I'm guessing he's the leader of the Hawk group.
Yeah.
Hawk mask group.
They're wearing beaks, so that's a bird beaks. Beak bird beaks.
No, but it actually transitioned to that guy on the computer, and the girl barged into his room.
Oh yeah, what the hell that was?
Yeah, you know that guy. He actually does look like. He also looks like the guy from Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, and he also looks like the guy from Tokyo Ghoul, the white-haired guy.
The white. Oh.
And then also, you know who else he looks like? There's this meme you posted this week about this guy with glasses, and he's like a clean freak. Remember we watched that anime? Not a clean freak, but he's like a cool guy. and he's wearing
right,
yeah,
Sakamoto.
yeah, Sakamoto or something, and that they all look alike.
Yeah, it's so funny.
And they
But
just
they all have that like hair.
Is that guy the
glasses.
sidekick of All Might? Because remember,
right,
because
they also mentioned something about no, they mentioned that the blonde haired guy was like a successor, or no, sidekick of that guy. That's how they said it. You are the sidekick of him. That's how they said it.
oh,
Remember?
when they were when the big three were talking.
Yeah.
Oh, you're the. But could he be talking about someone else, or is it All Might?
I feel like it's either All Might or no.
I don't think it's All Might.
I think it's All Might or that guy that they showed, but also.
And he said former sidekick. I would think this guy would be still his sidekick because he's still in the school.
No.
Remember, because
Former, so like.
Because he's not. Yeah, he was because when
so
Deku was talking.
Was All Might's sidekick.
Okay, look, listen. So Deku was talking to someone, right? Like to that guy. What's his name? Gran Torino, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, you should talk to maybe All Might can introduce you to his former sidekick, right? Okay. Now when the big three were talking, they're like, you are the sidekick of. So like he was still currently the sidekick of someone. And so I'm saying maybe the sidekick for All Might is actually someone else. It can't be that blonde guy. I don't think it is. And I think All Might would have given his power to this guy.
Maybe
because he's still young.
But did you also see how last episode All Might looked at the guy with the blonde hair?
He did.
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't know what's going on there, but we'll come back to that because
before that, they it was a flashback of All Might and the principal talking about his successor.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, there could be something there, but let's just talk about the villains now because it's the ending.
Yeah. But like before the villains, it showed like that guy with the glasses and like his hair.
There was like a guy right here on the computer, and then this female, she came in and she's like, "Yo, sir, she's like, what?"
They found him.
They found him or something.
I don't know.
They were like
mentioning.
They were saying
guy.
someone is talking to the League of Villains, and it was the beak guy. They know the beak guy's name.
Yeah. And I feel like that guy that she was talking to was like, obviously had relations to the beak crew.
Mm-hmm. I think the beak guy
like
is. You know the beak guy. You know what I'm thinking about right now. I'm gonna put this out there. I think he's actually a good guy, and I think he's All Might's sidekick.
Nah.
No, come on. I think it is.
Because he's a villain.
I think it doesn't matter. I think he's infiltrating the League of Villains. Because maybe she did that because like saying it's successful that he actually got in. But it's just a theory. We never know. My theories aren't that great.
Yeah,
I just want to know, like, I just want to predict something that's going to be crazy.
I'm terrible with theories, so I can't.
So we'll see next week when it comes. No, actually, there isn't no episode.
Yeah.
We have to wait until season 4.
That guy, the big guy, he twice as in that guy with, like, the 2 personalities.
Mm-hmm.
He took him to, like, abandoned warehouse or something.
With all the villains.
All of the League of Villains was there. And then the guy with, like, the hand on his face, he's like, you got, like, a gem.
That's what I'm saying. What happens, that is his former sidekick. They don't know that he's a villain, you know? And then it could also mean that he's undercover, and that's why they don't know he's a villain. Because he's a gem, he recognized him.
Probably.
But we don't know. So yeah, I think that's all for today's My Hero Academia. Let's redo a recap. There was a naked guy punching all the students.
Yep.
That's the episode.
That's it. Season finale.
Season finale. That's it. See, we'll have to wait for season 4.
And like the end, they showed like, to be continued season 4. So obviously it is the last episode for dubbed.
Yeah.
And subbed.
Yeah, sub probably ended like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, and I think that's all for today. And that was Anime Talk with
So and
Izzy.
Bye.
See you guys.